stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello. Good morning. Yeah, I got 4 minutes till afternoon. Give me a second. All right, I am back. Unfortunately, I've been having some stomach troubles this morning. I went and grabbed a Zofran. Don't worry, they're prescribed. They're non-addictive. You do got to be careful with Zofran, though, because sometimes drugs will cover up what the actual thing is going on. So you got to be careful. So, you know, a lot of times I come on here and then I'm like, I'm going to let this person know I'm not having that person. And I'm going to kind of cut down on that because I just feel like I'm interfering with people's lives, honestly. And I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Forgot to bring the sunshine. There it is. Really only works when I can leave the lights off in here, huh? Should I turn the lights off? Yeah, we got plenty of sunlight. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Da-da-da-da. Today we're talking about back to basics. This is my Denver Bronco Cup. Hope we do a lot better this year. No football talk. Sorry. Didn't mean to start it. I really do football talk here. I'll talk football, but not here. I don't know as much as I used to about football anyway. Too many people run around jumping to other teams. I just don't want to follow it anymore. I used to do the squares and the bets at work. I remember I was working at this one place. It was called Sashco, and these two guys, man, they just thought they were the shit. And I used to kick their ass every week. They're like, you don't even watch football. I'm like, I watch football for longer. You boy been around. Actually, no, I hadn't. I was pretty young. See, I just got a feeling. It's all I needed. And I won the football pool almost every week. It pissed them off. They did not like me. Anyway, today we're talking about back to basics. Patricia, it's good to see you. At the 4-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and do some introductions here. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. You're not required to, but it does help. And last but not least, please share our video if you feel like it could help somebody else. Great. I'm going to put the ticker on for a little bit, and then I'll take it off in a little bit. I have nothing prepared for this. So, what is back to basics? It's funny because I remember there's a few times I brought it up around recovery coaches when we were doing our stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's time to get back to basics, man. What does that mean? Like, I've never heard that. What does that mean? I'm like, oh, okay. In our field, okay, I learned back to basics when I was in counseling, right? Because everything starts at the beginning. Everything starts at the beginning. Um, do you need to be doing bad in order to go back to basics? Absolutely not. Maybe you just feel like you need to touch up on some things. What are the basics? The basics are steps 1, 2, and 3 for us. That's what that is. And if you do steps 1, 2, and 3 every single day, your program will have a solid foundation. Back to basics. Back to basics. You can even go before that, back to the psychic change. For any problem, that you have. Right now, I'm trying to use it on smoking. Okay. I have not asked for the willingness yet. I'm getting there. I'm creating my psychic change. It's on my mind. It's on my mind. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. There was, I remember I was getting ready to go on a show and I had to work on my swearing. And you guys may remember this about 9 months ago. And I was working on my swearing and it was getting worse. And finally somebody said, Dion, did you ask God for help? No, I didn't. So I asked God for help. There it was. There it was. What is that? That's back to basics, man. Sometimes we start to get into 10, 11, and 12, right? And we kind of maybe let some of the other stuff slide. Right? So the way I work it is every night I go to bed sober, right? And I wake up an alcoholic. Well, since I wake up an alcoholic, I have to ask God to remove anything from me that day. So I'm going to do steps 1, 2, and 3 during my prayers. That's where they belong. Remember, the steps 1, 2, and 3 are non-action steps. They take very little time. They take you like 3 minutes. It's about how long it takes me. I open up, and I do it all through prayer because that's where it's supposed to be done. First thing I ask, or the first thing I do is I do the serenity prayer. Okay? It's my step before the steps. I'm relinquishing control because my brain wants it right away. Then I ask God to keep me clean and sober that day. It's the only thing that I ask for myself. It's the only thing that I ask. But the reason that I ask it is actually kind of unselfish. I'm asking him to remove that from me so I can go help his children. That's the deal. That's the deal here. There are some simple rules. We outlined them in the big book. Stick close to him and perform his work well. God does not demand too much of us. My higher power my higher power doesn't test me. He doesn't give me more than I can handle. He doesn't pick on me. Although sometimes all this spirituality can feel a little overwhelming, can it not? Yeah. Mandy, it's good to see you. I've got a question for you. I'll text you a little bit after this. So after I'm done asking God to keep me clean and sober today, that's step 1. I'm already doing step 2 by praying. Right? By praying, step 2 is covered. And then I end it with the 3rd step prayer. Then I end it with the third step prayer. And that means that I have done steps 1, 2, and 3 before I have done anything else for the day. Well, aside from make my coffee. Coffee first. Coffee must be made. Coffee must be brewed and made before any talking is to be done. When I first wake up, you're allowed one yes or no question. That's it. Can, can you talk? No. There's your question. I wouldn't ask any more after that. You gotta wait till I wake up. I'm just not with it, and I might snap at you. I don't mean it, but you gotta give me a minute. Takes a while. Anyway, what that does is it frees me for the day. It sets my attitude for the day. Right? Now, this used to be very important. This system used to be very important to me. Well, it still is. But there was a reason for it. It kept my PTSD in line. It let me know what we're doing today. Right? Like maximum effort. That's why I put this on today. Let me switch over to the chat here so I can share this. I like this. Well, I like them all, but I'm going to solve my mouse problem today. This is stupid. All right. Here we used to say to take care of what you ask for God. Yeah. If you ask for more serenity, yeah, right. Don't pray for patience. As an example, he'll probably give you a lot of situations to deal with your acceptance. Exactly. What Patricia is saying, I'm presuming that's Patricia, is be careful what you pray for, man. Be careful what you pray for. If you pray for patience, you're going to get a lot of people in your life that are going to test your patience. Those are your intentions working. Yeah. Hate the player. Yeah, that's right. Hate the player, not the game. That's what we call bad apples. Bad apples. We got some bad apples over there. We do. Let's take this stupid ticker down. I don't like it. I don't like the ticker. I feel like I'm on the fucking news. All right. I don't like it. I don't. It's distracting. It doesn't look good. I don't like it. I'm gonna get rid of it. So you may be bruised. I think you're singing a song that I may not know. But not battered. Am I getting this right? Am I getting it right? What are some more back to basic things? Well, honesty is always a good one. Open mindedness is another one. Willingness. The how of the program is the basics: honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. We're back to that indispensable. Right? I'm having a great day today, but I'm on basics because I'm being reactive. Dion's not staying in his lane. I need to get back in my lane. You know when I'm not in my lane, when I post stuff like, don't give money to sober livings. And I still agree with what I say. But it's none of my business right now. Right now. It's none of my fucking business. And I upset a couple of my friends. And I don't like that. That's what happens when we don't stay in our own lane. Right? And right now, I need to be exceptionally careful about that. Because a lot of people are watching me. There's decisions being made. There's things happening. People are watching. People are listening to everything that we're doing. You know, it was really neat because today Amber had her fun size reflections, and it was her first time. And it was nice because I was going to a meeting in my own room, and I had to be let in. But it didn't quite work that. It didn't end up that way. I ended up having to take over and then make her host. But it was just neat. It's neat to know that I could be sleeping or mowing the lawn or just hanging out with my wife, and trudging together is still happening. And I've been trying to get there for a while. And it makes me feel satisfied. That was hard. That was hard. But now that I have my base set up, now it's time to get to work. Maximum effort. I say it's time to make money. So it's time to make money. So see, even sometimes. Now, how do I know that? Okay. I know that because I'm excited. Okay. And any feeling, and I'm allowing myself to feel excited today, because I usually don't allow myself that. Okay. But I think I can handle it this time, and I'm asking God for help. I have a hard time with excitement. Makes my heart start to go, and then the panic happens. Okay. But I've been getting better, and I don't feel that panic this time. So that's nice. Okay. But that tells me that I got to take a little, okay, when I'm over emotional about anything, good or bad, I have to watch my actions. Okay. Or what I will do is I'll go to a meeting and I will chair it, and I'll run the whole damn thing. I'll speak in between everybody, giving advice, doing all this stuff, thinking I'm doing a great job, walking out. People going, what the fuck was that? Right? So I got to check it. It doesn't matter, good or bad. I must check it. I must stay in my own lane. I got really fucking cool news today, and I've been waiting. I have a really good friend. His name is Mark. We've really gotten to know each other. I've tried to do things with other things. I told him today, I said, I won't work with anybody but you. Everybody else, I'm done with. I'm done with. And it has nothing to do with this stuff, okay? Well, it turns out the way he does his market, and I told him my idea. And I've got a fantastic idea. I'm not going to say it. I'm sorry. I can't say it on here. It has to do with the podcast. It does. And it's going to be for everybody. But the reason I don't want to say anything about it is because people really like to steal my ideas. Why? Because I have fantastic ideas. I have great ideas. Because I know how to help people. I know how to. Because I know how to help myself. Because I know when to keep myself in check. When to keep myself in check. See, when I get excited and I get a little success, pride and ego will creep in there every time, and they'll try and take over. Okay? Did I do a lot of this? Yes. Did I do it all? No, I didn't know. There was God and a bunch of other people that are still sticking around because it's working for them. It's working for them. And now their sobriety is getting more solid. They have better recovery, and they're spreading the word, and they don't need Dion to do it. Yes. Yes. I get a very big joy when people find their passion and move on. Okay. Yes, there's been, even though it's been 2-3 people, there's been probably close to 100 people that have come through this whole thing. And a lot of them disappeared. I'm hoping for the better. I'm hoping for the better. Yeah, actually, at one point, I had like 20, 25 people. Okay. But there was something else that was going on with that. And notice it doesn't work that way because it couldn't be done that way. I can't I can't go against my morals. I won't do it. I won't even allow myself to do it. To think that that I'm going to allow other people to do it, no, not a chance. Okay. See, trudging together is there to protect you and me. Yep. That it's trudging together is the one that takes the beatings. Right? Well, they can't hurt trudging together. It's a non-entity. It's a name. It's just a name. So starting your day over, checking on yourself, going back to basics isn't just for being sad. We need to do that of any overuse of any emotion. And guess what? I don't care how long you've been on the program. Being on steps 1, 2, and 3, do you know what it means? It's a great place to be. Okay? It kind of makes you feel like the newcomer again. It feels kind of nice because it got some newness. You get that little shot of dopamine that you got back then. What's neat is once you felt that elation once, you can't get to that point again. It'll be different the second time, though. It won't be as elated because it's not new. You know what to expect now. And now that you know that, see, your elation came from the unexpected. You put your trust into something and it worked. And it worked for you. So then from there, what happened is you were given alleviation. And in here we call that grace, the grace of God. So God came and alleviated your drinking problem and took 90% of your problems away. No wonder you feel great. No wonder you feel alive. And then to add newness onto that, okay, it's not any different than the first time you went to go ride a roller coaster. Think about that. I remember it. In fact, I'm getting the butterflies in my tummy right now. Remember how nervous I was? Now I'm getting nervous. Oh, I want to go to the water park, but I just anyway. I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. I need to get in better shape if I'm going to go to the water park. So, and not for looks, because I'll jump in the pool and hurt myself. Okay. Last time I jumped in a pool, I hurt my back, so I'm a little scared. I'm scared of that. So, I think that's it. There are many rules about going back to basics. I think the biggest thing about it is just being aware that you're allowed to do that. Okay? Some days there's gonna be days that just fucking suck. But if you have a solid foundation, you don't need to worry about going out and drinking. You don't. Because if you're working the how of the program, you're going to go to meetings, you're going to talk to your sponsor, you're going to continue doing the same thing that you were doing, which was working. So continue doing that. Reinforce the things that work for you. Yeah. That's why, that's the key, Andy. That's the key. Yep. Yeah. This program only works when you start giving it away. Just like the only true amend is changed behavior. Okay. You don't start getting this until you give it away. You do not get it until you give it away. That's part of the reason why we have to get out of that newcomer ideal. You're not a newcomer. You may feel like a newcomer, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're more than that. So stop calling yourself names. Because if you call yourself a newcomer, guess what you're going to be? And then you won't. I'm going to tell you what you're doing. You're stunting your brain. You're telling it, I'm not allowed to go past this point because I'm a newcomer. And this is what you're going to get frustrated. Dunk, dunk, dunk. And you'll never move up. Dunk. It won't happen because you keep calling yourself a newcomer. You want to know why I was an asshole? Because I kept calling myself one. I did. I considered myself the head asshole, president asshole. That's what I was. I'm proud of it. I stopped calling myself that. Guess what? I quit being one. Dunk. Ooh. What you say to your brain matters. And I understand what people are saying. It's not that I don't get it. I'm just saying you're wrong. Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it. The basics are just your tools. They're just going back and using the right tools. That's it. Because sometimes we get into these other steps and we're using other tools and we forget that we have the tool of willingness to be able to get through those things. So just being aware that honesty, open-mindedness, and willing are the basics of the program. And and it'll always fit. It'll always work too. So, yeah. So, and if you feel scared about this subject and you go back to basics, you feel a little bit safer and you're able to work on your problems better. Great catch, Patricia. That was a really good catch, right? Because it is now you're still going to be scared, but there you can find courage. Then you can walk through. I think we'll end it there. Dunk. I'm going to keep using that. Dunk. All right. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Just checking the time. Thank you all for being here. I am going to go sit down and talk with God and figure out my next move. So, and Mandy, I'll be sending you a text. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.